Rightio, let's do another video. This is an update. It was suggested to me by Pete's Prospecting Adventures, I think it is, that the reserve, an update to the gold dredge, I probably should introduce it as. It was pointed out to me that this guy here probably should have been pointing down, because when this is going downwards, yeah, whatever goes in here is going to slide back down. And it really should have, the whole section should have been turned around facing down. So I've got a bit of time in my hands, and I also had offcuts of the pipe, of the 50mm pipe here that I could use. Oh yeah, we've named it Rambo, by the way. So I decided to cut it out and fashion it to this bit and give it a section pointing what would be the more optimal, I won't say the correct, but certainly the more optimal direction. So it took a while. I had to fasten it out and get it to fit in here pretty snug, although I did discover, oops, there goes my attachments. Oh, there's a quick look at the bilge pump, sluice pump arrangement. It's starting to get there now. Another project. Yeah, so did take a little while to do, and what I discovered was the more that I sanded for the perfect fit, I kept losing length. So in the end I had to decide, well look, at some point we're close enough and we'll just have to fill the gap up with what is the plumber's cement, silicone and even super glue. The gap wasn't too big, but there were about 1 mil in a couple of spots, and no matter how many times I sanded it, I just couldn't quite nail it. But let's have a look. So you got to remember, this part here, the part leaning forwards, is not actually part of the mould. I've fashioned it out. And if we have a look inside, you can see I've done a couple of feeder holes. It will have a cap on the end. I'm not quite sure if I'll be twisting that cap on and off regularly, because although this is reasonably sturdy, it is still a weak point. And if I can actually just take this section off here and tip it upside down to get the bulk of the material, I will go with that. But anyway, just for appearances, let's put the cap on here and let's consider that done. I have purchased another cap for here from Bunnings today, and the problem is it takes about a week nearly for online orders at Bunnings at the moment. So I figured I'll just do this video. It's not going to matter, rat's clacker either way regarding that other little cap. So there we have it with the facing forwards. But I've left this off Rambo, oh, the whole lot's Rambo, but I've left it off the suction section, for want of a better word, just to show you a couple of other little updates, and they are here. So if I was going to put a bit more work into it, I thought, what else can I do to improve it? So good thing about where I live, there's always building works going on, and it's amazing. You say, right, I need a piece of conduit, 20mm diameter, 1 foot long. Sometimes you actually find it when you go for a walk. There's, you know, builders bins out in the street and stuff like that, and to my amazement, I actually got something that I needed. So what I'll do is I'll show you this piece first. Now, with this bit here, when I purchased it, the inside pipe ran to about here. So that meant anything captured would go back into the tube for that section. Gives a look, probably about 7-8 inches worth. Now, I've added this section here and here. So, and if you're going up like that, it's debatable whether it will go into these sections. So, in my wisdom, which is a rare occurrence, I decided to see if I couldn't find a little bit of pipe and also find a little bit of pipe that would go over as a sleeve. And you'd never believe it, but I actually did. So let's just have a look here. Trying to get an angle where you might see the other existing pipe. Yeah, as you can see, it's still a fair way off what is the first little down chamber, catchment chamber. It's a fair whack off it. But now, this will be a little bit awkward, bear with me. I'm just going to hold this bloody thing in my knees and do my best to put it on in front of you. So what we've got is we've got a little angular fixture. I'm going to feed it, going to try and feed it in front of you. down here onto that existing pipe. So as you can see, I'm getting a fair bit of extra distance, and we're nearly on. And yeah, okay, give it a push down to the end, and it's a real snug fit. I don't see any purpose of gluing it whatsoever, in case for some reason one day I have to change it over. So there we go, a little bit more pressure, and it's really now a nice snug fit. So sorry about the sloppy camera work. So what we have now is, if I get it on the angle, you can see it actually sits above the reservoirs. And so anything I suck up will go into the reservoirs, and when they're filled, they'll go down vertically into this section. So there's a fair whack of material that can be held in this now. It's only a minor adjustment, but it actually works, and it does make sense. So if I drop that down here, now let's have a look at this bit. It occurred to me, well, I've still got a bit of pipe. What if I put it over the end here and extend my reach? So I did. And I sprayed just a little bit of chain, push bike chain lubricant on the pipe, just for a little bit of an easier slide on. Now that guy's on. So this is all pretty cool. Oh yeah, the pliers, it works out if I want to get this guy out, these pliers actually, they grab it just nicely. So that's all pretty good in a perfect world. Let's put this guy back on. It's, there you go. I'm probably going to avoid twisting this off if I can, just due to the fact that this is not moulded, it's stuck on, and I'm not sure of the lifetime of it. Absolute worst case is if I was out in the wild using it and this came off, I always have gaffer tape in my van. I'd just wrap a bit of gaffer tape under that section and seal it off, and still just go with this. But it is what it is. I had time to do it, so I figured why not. So this project, other than this one little cap missing at the end, this project is done. And I've always got another one up my sleeve, project that is, that I have to do. But let's just, I seem to be using my feet a lot in these videos, but and there we go. I'll just stand back, adjust this little handle out, and try and give you the nice extended view of what is Rambo, the gold dredge. I'm pretty happy with that. Hasn't been a fortune to do. I think I explained in the first video, the section up to here was only about $30, and that was buying a Wilson's grommet and washer and wing nut repair kit. So if you want to make your own, up to this point it's only $30. Then what you do after that is up to you, of course. But it could be said that if you do get what is a Y junction, they're calling it, maybe do flip it round that way. I've got to admit, I do agree it is a better arrangement upon reflection. But anyway, it gave me something to do for a few hours, forging out the exact circle fit, snug fit, however you want to term it. And yeah, Rambo, the gold dredge, completed. Lucky me. Maybe one day I'll get to use the bloody thing. Alright, cheers.